good evening to everyone. Yeah, thank you for allocating time to join this session today. This will be a joint webinar session between ISO Group and Alliance Bank. So this is the first time we are having a joint webinar together. All right. So we have both our speakers for today. Colonel Frank Tan from ISO Group. So he's the founder and managing consultant of HRDF graded 5-star training provider. Aside to that, he's a writer, a researcher, and also a patent owner as well. Okay, so basically the ISO Group conducts a lot of training on theory and practical training and assessment with the use of LMS, Learning Management System, VR, cameras, simulators, and IoT technologies on how to revolutionize businesses. So the topic by ISO Group will be on revolutionary rebuilding technopreneur, RRT leadership. Okay, and then so Colonel Frank will be speaking with us shortly, and followed by our guest speaker for today, Puan Fozia Amanulla, the Chief Business Development Officer of Alliance Bank, a veteran banker, where she will share, her wealth of experience on how SMEs can digitally transform and succeed basically on the digital space. All right. So, not to delay any more time, I would like to pass on the first session to Colonel Frank Tan to begin on his presentation. All right, over to you, Colonel Frank.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ambrose. The AVP of Alliance Bank, and Puan Fozia Amanulla of Alliance Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, the participants of today's webinar, good afternoon to all of you. My topic for today is RRT leadership. Today's talk is actually focused for SME and HR, but larger companies should also find it useful. Recession is a business cycle contraction when there is a general decline in the economic activity. This is triggered by the current disruption in global supply and demand chain for raw materials and finished goods and services. The World Health Organization declared the current situation as a pandemic on the 11th of March. The IMF declared global recession on 14th of April. This is the worst since the Great Depression 90 years ago. The rapid global spread of COVID-19 has unleashed the biggest shock to our lives and livelihoods, more catastrophic than the Spanish flu of 1918, a century ago. Currently, the whole world is grappling and bracing the global pandemic and post-COVID-19 recession. This is not the first time I'm faced with such a situation, but my fourth. Okay, leaders have to look into the telescope and the microscope concurrently. CEOs has to manage the long term, what to do, and deal with the fast drop in sales volume and depreciating cash flow. Used to this UCO used to do what you call post-mortem, whether for their own company if they have been around for many years, or the younger leaders would probably have gone through their Harvard MBA case studies discussion. However, with the current situation, it's no more a post-mortem study, but it's a pre-mortem. A pre-mortem trying to imagine the future which is still in flux. When you get on the plane, the air hostess says, put on your mask first, then put on for those under your care. As a leader, take care of your health so that you can take care of others. I know you are on 24/7. You may want to mark C for C-suite in the notes below, and we will focus more of that if we have more time, and hopefully at the next webinar. Thus, with a 15 years experience as a principal consultant trainer, and earlier more than 20 years of strategic and operational experience in manufacturing and services industries, I hope my insights will encourage all to implement RRT leadership strategies and digitalization to not only brace but thrive from these difficult times. Puan Fozia will cover also a lot of that digitalization from the financial aspects. At 2:20 a.m. on the April the 15, 1912, the Titanic sinks into the North Atlantic Ocean about 400 miles south of Newfoundland, Canada. The massive luxury liner carrying 2,200 passengers and crew had struck an iceberg 2.5 hours earlier. We are addressing the appropriate fast crisis management in today's topic. Danger, 危险, opportunity, 机会. The acronym of the two words is crisis, which is 危机, meaning within the danger, there arises an opportunities. But the future is blind. The future is still in flux. PKP, PKPB, PKPP, okay? Do we watch it as the end of the world, dramatic panoramic show, or do we act? So, if you want to act, what do? Resolve, resilience, return, reimagination, reform, rebuild. We've gone through stage 1 and 2, probably we are in number 3, return or recovery. But we have to reimagine further because we are in this stage now where we have to go further. So we have to reimagine the future, to reform, and we have to rebuild. But rebuild what? Okay, there are things like other R's, and I would like to add in RM. A lot of people are short of that. Maybe Puan Fozia will be able to give some solutions later. Do we envision the problems and the resulting new normal? Do we pivot our business approach or build a capacity to receive and thrive from it? We must recognize that the world is changing and the rules are being rewritten. As you can see from the video, we should not wait lest others pounce on the opportunities. When the storm gets worse, you and your business will go into hiding. You see the liners over there. And you become an extinct dinosaur. One of the most important elements is to rebuild our personal ways and our livelihood, our business, our government, even if you are an NGO. For an NGO, I'd like to highlight that I had the opportunity to work with my close friend, Major David Chua of Penang. I think he's an Alliance Bank customer, if I'm not mistaken. And a group of friends who raised $14,000 in cash and kind to a SPCA, which found it hard to raise donations in the normal way for the public. We did that. We need to rethink and challenge all assumptions. There is a need to identify creative opportunities, whether you are a consumer, producer, or a prosumer of goods and services. It is crucial to respect the need for social distancing. This environment will be here to stay until a proven vaccine is found. However, many, still with frozen minds, are following majority and blindly defending the old status quo. The picture here shows my grandniece, Jamie, in Singapore. They already started schooling. She's putting on her COVID-19 gear to go to school. COVID-19 is a life-death crisis which has since dragged businesses to a halt. It caused losses with no bottom in sight. We're seeing a negative impact to companies and countries worldwide. Even those companies with deep pockets are witnessing values diminishing, turned valueless. Even stocks, example crude oil, a big burden to hold. Majority of the current and failing businesses are still hopeful for the old norm to return. But we believe this is not going to happen. If you refer to the past crisis, innovations and developments built during those trying times, during war, continue to stay after the crisis. Example, the tankers used for war. Now we see such machines being converted and used for excavation work, even lay tracks for MRT2. We do not know the certainty, serious, the duration or the severity of what is going to become. But we have seen deaths. Okay, but you must begin to think what the new normal might look like. The current crisis, if I can term it as the Third World War, World War III, will and has overturned previous excuses and thoughts of rebuilding because of the new expectations and the acceptance by both the buyers and the vendors. The key thing here is to have an open mind and look forward the opportunity, rebuild capacity, and tap on the opportunity. This World War III has also created a high pull impetus to accept current technology and rebuild new and more powerful innovations. The needs and way goods are delivered is different. Sales are there for those who can sustain these difficult times. During the global financial crisis years ago, assumptions about the purchase of assets for own use and nature of ownership was radically overturned. Rental of office, rental of forklifts, long-term lease, allowing use of corporate names, RRT for properties, use of IT, professional services like accountancy, tax, maintenance, professionals on part-time, short-term consultancy basis. All these are there. Businesses become comfortable renting in assets with asset-free and asset-like operations. Use of apps, rental of SAP software periodically enhanced over time, and co-creating with customers and even competitors, prosumers, producers, embedded consumers, okay, prosumers. And the sharing economy was hence born. These developments have persisted long after the financial crisis was over. We must change our mindset and become RRT leaders.
Could it be Ham? Was Ham about to turn the corner?
Pa hoped that maybe at last his friend was finally able to
move to the new cheese and enjoy it.
Be ready to change quickly and enjoy it again. They keep moving the cheese.
We have to envision revolutionary ways, tool set and skill set. First, you change your mindset first. Okay, as stated in this 28 million copies bestseller, Who Moved My Cheese? Okay, the latest book. Okay, The Way Out of the Maze. Notice your beliefs. A belief is a thought that you trust is true. Don't believe everything you think. Sometimes facts are just how you see things. Let go of what isn't working. You can't launch a new quest with old baggage. Understand? Okay? Look outside the maze. We are in the maze now. Consider the unlikely. Explode the impossible. Exploit. Choose a new belief. Changing what you think doesn't change who you are. There are no limits to what you can believe. You can do, experience, and enjoy a lot more than you can think. Okay? RRT leaders are responding to the crisis with innovative solutions in their operations to suit the demands of buyers and sellers. RRT leaders discarded old ways of conducting their business. You need to rebuild your house. Mind you, these operating systems for the moment invented over the span of the last 2 decades are actually old tech. But the take-up or buying of this new technology over the last 2 decades was slow. Hence, I termed it old new tech. And these old new techs must be further refined when bigger public acceptance, adaptability, and as volume increases. We must challenge and overturn assumptions and lame excuses. Okay? And innovate. RRT knows that a crisis of this scale brings seismic shifts, changing the expectations for business, forcing technology to be used, and even radical innovation to be reinvented. Everyone and every business, big and small, must use new solutions to resolve the crisis and reimagine their industries for a long time into the aftermath. There is no going back to the things were. It is not a choice. Okay, a lot of people say it's a choice. No, I say it's not a choice. It is not compulsory, but that is the market demand. So if you are selling anything, manufacturing anything, you are having a buyer. All right. So that is the market demand. Okay, there is no choice. So you have to comply with what the market needs. Amongst many remedial triggers, some sample pointers that I would like to highlight. You trigger your own industry-focused concerns to how to rebuild your reborn business for the new norm. These concerns for the current generation of consumer paradigm and corporate behavior should address how you, one, interact with suppliers, interact with customers, interact with employees, interact with machines or the production line. Yes, I repeat, the machine, the production line. I was doing this 25 years ago. Okay, some German machines. Your concerns and thoughts will, of course, overlay with or by the different fabrics of your supporting industries like logistics. But take note, logistics is not just lorries, but the whole IT ecosystem, the whole freight forwarding and the customs and everything. So number one, interact with suppliers amongst many others are, number one, create more resilient supply chains upstream or downstream. Partnerships with them or other forms of JV cooperation, platform sharing like our Alliance Bank B2B program. Operate lean without tying up your limited capital. Ensure JIT delivery. But many companies dependent on this JIT suffered badly during the MCO. Do you realize that? Because many important factors was not taken into account. Right. Next, we talk about interaction with customers. What are they? Watch attitudes towards privacy. Continue. Okay, what I'm trying to show you there, that's my friend. Okay, and here we're talking about adapting to customers' change needs in this post-crisis new normal. Create human-like interactions with customers that you met or probably you will never meet. Show new customers that you have a big satisfied clientele via Facebook or any other medium. Compete in the red ocean dog-eat-dog marketplace. Integrate into the growing prosumers, reduce zero marginal costing society, and gather buying behavior patterns from analytics. IT is the only solution to these issues. That was my friend, Mr. Alvin Goh, the CEO of WinKids, giving online training to 122 parents 2 nights ago, who were their clients or prospective clients, I'm not sure. He does not sit around waiting for the CMCO or the RMCO to be over. This is an online transformational session on how to motivate children to outperform themselves during this period. Interaction with customers. This is the only center, as I've noticed so far, whom I noticed use this form of interaction even though during this CMCO or RMCO. Watch the video first. What is he doing? Oh, lucky, he's safe. Runaway car, runaway van. Oops. So what are we saying here? The learning point behind this is communicate with employees. Okay, it is important. Work from home or isolated environment. Communicate concurrently with employees who work in different parts of the world. If you do not communicate with them, A doing something, B doing something else, C the leg doing something else, the second leg doing another thing else, you are not going to reach anywhere. Okay, then the company is already in problem. Okay, so take note to coordinate with everybody. Communication. Understanding the predicaments and legal liability of people working from home, injuries that occur in work from home situation, isolated setting, ensure remote employees are operating in a safe and healthy manner, ensure the security of the data at source and on transfer, monitor the KPI of your employees who works across oceans, find the the star performance employee who works upstream or downstream, tap on the vast pool of HR resources now internationally with your work from home ecosystem. At ISO, we have consultants stationed in USA, Australia, Kuwait, Singapore, and probably soon and very locally in parts of Malaysia and probably soon from Philippines. Only IT can make all this possible with employees not possible to meet or work in the same place. So that's interaction with employees. 4, interact with machines or production lines. Yes, possible. Rent or shift costs and operations as and when necessary. Build and sell modular machines with optional add-ons. I've been selling this idea all the while in the last 20, 30 years. Build machines to be diagnosed, even repaired from across oceans. Repair devices that are too far to touch or too hot to hold. Running on this 20 years ago. All right, this has been going on for the last 20 over years. I've been inculcating that, and a lot of people are doing that now. Allow new product services with new designs created in weeks, days, even hours. Deliver products in days or real time. Make yourself agile. Prevent overload at different machines upstream, because downstream is jammed. So the upstream machine must read and slow down. If not, it's going to cause a jam. IIoT technology enables different machines to intercommunicate through internet and cloud computing. Prevent hacking or intrusion in an easy leaking digital world. Take care also. Okay, IoT and AR and others is the link. The goal now is to define the best possible solution for the new norm and whatever happens when the crisis subsides. The solution will depend on the army and the artilleries, i.e. the method and the skill, the capacity to survive, from the capacity to wait and invest. Man, machines, method, money. Okay, man, of course, include women. Okay, vendor or buy organizations are reinventing new fields. They are changing the way business is to be conducted in the next normal. AI, IoT, big data, many others are the new fields to do business. Benefits include zero defects in production, agile, speed, customized volume, less effort, attractive to other organizations. Okay, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. All right, so you have to make yourself look nice and people wanting to work with you, buy from you, sell to you. Case study. Our LMS learning management system did flexible e-learning anytime, anywhere, different times, running desktop, running on laptop, running on tablet, running on hand telephone. For the 11 managers of a MNC and many other MNCs, I just quote one example, it's from Klang, were quite free during the CMCO. Okay, for another MNC, oil and gas company, they sent their staff grounded in Malaysia to us for training after agreeing to our concept of IoT-powered assessment. Okay, the upskilled and reskilled staff are now ready to be assigned back to China to work with some big company there. Efforts of RRT leadership is important for current crisis. It must be improved by continuous improvement. The efforts. Organizations that adapt to the emerging needs of the crisis should continue to overturn new upcoming assumptions, all right, in search for new opportunities. They will emerge forever stronger and resilient for a continuous changing future. Lean management with the help of IT can optimize resources and deliver value according to the customer's need. That's why I say being agile. It is an organization that eliminates waste and constantly evolves through CI process long before the mosquito sits on your nose. We call that the recession. Too late. And you can't hit it, because if you hit it, you will feel the pain. Okay. This is part of an extract from an article I wrote pre-COVID times. And it is published, I think, in the HRDF TE Training Effectiveness newsletter of HRDF, Ministry of Human Resources. Before the COVID-19, business transformation program was continuous improvement, which was about making things better, faster, cheaper. This kind of recipe to improve productivity, as well as accountability, transparency, execution, producing the big bottom line, is all out of date. Okay, not to say it's not applicable, but it's not complete. Doing these duties takes a significant toll on the leaders, you, and their teams using old outlook, old technology, and service capabilities. It does not build capacity to identify and seize the opportunities cheap and fast. big data, AI, IoT will answer that. Leaders need to change the mindset of themselves and their key people to rebuild, to revolutionize through tech-driven digitization, advanced technology, and other forms of disruption to upturn the organization. Even government and NGOs from across all industries, B2B, B2C, B2G, G2C, what so forth. But don't just talk. My friend used to keep on telling, walk. Okay, talk till the cows come home. Walk the talk. Leaders now require understanding where the value is shifting. You need to do that. Where the value is shifting in your industry. Where is the demand? Seriously. Okay. What do they really need? Okay. And also understand your supporting industries to serve you. Because if they can't serve you, then it's no point. You can't serve others because you lack those things that they're buying from them. Okay. Spotting the opportunities, we must open our eyes, open our mindset, educating potential buyers and vendors, educating them. That's important. We did that, and we can convince many customers, new customers, never dreamed of before. Building new skills and capacity to seize those opportunities. Okay. And actually we did that. And last week I was at one MNC company, but I signed the non-disclosure, so I can't tell you. But it's a very big factory somewhere in PJ. Relieve their pain points. Who is they? They are your clients, right? Relieve their pain points. Our hybrid LMS set up allow us to relieve our trainers from theory and focus on practical. No need to travel. Remote monitoring. Increase our mandates. LMS flexible. No need flexibility. No need to coordinate. Pack all participants into a room. This for the buyer. In our case, yeah? Different shift time. Also flexibility on desktop, laptop, and what so forth. Build the invincible company. But humanize the touch points. Humanize it. Don't forget everything is a computer and you leave it. A lot of people get cheesed off. We at ISO Group built these new capabilities using the near zero marginal costing society concept. I mean, if you need more information, that you can type in the near zero or marginal costing society. We'll give a separate talk on that. It's written by a gentleman. Very good. You must read the book. Okay, near zero marginal costing society. And flexing the moves or the muscles in a coordinated way in I would call it a blue ocean, not yet crowded. Okay, we secure re-wins with existing clients to stay with us with our blended hybrid IoT powered and black box systems to fit their demand for new needs for social distancing and other issues. We also secured many new wins when pitching for new clientele, new industries, new portfolios, which were difficult to acquire before, and help us to widen our market base as well as create momentum for acquisition of new customers. Many companies are learning now about reskilling at scale. New partnerships has become the basis for more agile approaches to talent development and selection in the future. One of the factors of production is human capital, the stock of knowledge within your labor force. Embracing IR 4.0, artificial intelligence in IoT, disengage and digitalization are some of the actions to develop human capital. All organizations, whether for production or services, are now approaching IR 4.0, where big data and cyber physical systems take center stage. At ISO, we started this during the fall of 2019. Organizations can stay relevant by upgrading their machines and also keeping their employees relevant by ensuring training for employees to be multi-skilled, upskilled, reskilled, to adopt new technological advancement in order to avoid retrenchment. Before I explore multitasking, upskilling, and reskilling, it is crucial to emphasize the importance of employees to unlearn and relearn. There's all kinds of skills have a limited shelf life, like you have a product, there's a limited shelf life, all right? And if one thinks one has lifelong skills, then they face a danger of becoming irrelevant. Okay, at ISO, we ensure our people continuously go for retraining, upskilling. HRDI and Perkeso, you can see our new minister there of human resources. Under him, we have HRDF and Perkeso. They're calling for proposals from training providers for courses to help SME and freelancers. Okay. We will, upon approval, provide free e-training, retraining for SME and freelancers to attend the blended competency reskilling courses for many SME, okay, to do work which gives a gaji yang lumayan dari maybe 3 to sampai 10,000 sebulan, depending on your experience, of course. These individuals, unemployed, those individuals who are unemployed graduates, retrenched SMEs who need such retraining may contact us. Okay, that's announced by the minister, I think, a week ago. All right, there are 5 types of free training sponsored by Perkeso, which we are handling. I do not know how many is going to be approved. Okay, but these are the basic ones. Material handling equipment, that's a classification of the forklift, reach truck, like those which drives reach stacker. You see the video just down there. Okay, and empty container lifters, all those stuff, those machines, heavy machine. Yes, this is a machine. This is the forklift. Okay, and we have also got the MEWP. MEWP here is more in terms of the boom lift, the scissor lift, the sky lift. Last year we did about 800 people for TMB subcon. Okay, Bumiputera subcon and contractors, and all their tower wagons or sky lift. And then we have hoisting machines. Hoisting machines, we have include the tall crane, the crawler crane, the mobile crane, and also the O8 traveling crane and all other hoisting machines. So as per classification JKP. All right, so these are hoisting machines. So what we cover here is the crane lifting supervisor, the rigger, and with CIDB certification and so forth. So these are some of the courses that we have registered with the HRDF and Perkeso, hoping it will be approved soon. And defensive driving, we cover right from the motorbike to the cars to the lorries, articulated lorries, the prime movers, and the ambulance, the emergency response vehicles, the fire trucks, and so forth. So we do all those special. We are not just a normal car, defensive car driving. Okay. Now, so you see that actually there are 90,000, 900,000 what you call SMEs in the country. But you see here that we have a huge percentage of the numbers, 77%, which comes to about 698,000 of these micro, okay, and 20%, which is 180,000 of these small size companies, and 3%, which is the medium size, which is 27,000. So you see that the government is very proactive. They are trying to help. Whether it reaches or not, I'm not sure, but they were having big focus on the SME, and with the help of Dato' Michael Kang's group in SME Association, also they have done a lot, the classification, how it's all written in the slide over there. So there are things here that we are covering here, how we can help in terms of those trainings for SMEs. Now, coming to multitasking. Multitasking employers increase the productivity of the organization because they can deliver more output with minimal resources. Employees with multitasking abilities have better chances of survival than others, and more so in an economic recession. They can do several upstream, downstream tasks on their own and do not have to depend on others to do for every small little process. In a recession, those low-skilled employees and the young are most vulnerable to be retrenched. That's why the HRDF has asked for upskilling courses for them to approve. After a recession, it normally takes about 3 to 5 years for national and global unemployment figures to fall back to the original levels, of 2 or 3 or whatever percent. Of course, it depends on the population growth of the different rates of the different countries. Okay, so these are quite alarming, 3 to 5 years. Organizations need to redesign jobs when there is a new sales offering, business model or strategy, automation of emerging technological enhancements and disruptions. Most organizations often choose to reskill current employees because they can understand the culture and the nature of the business. This is especially true if the new skills are for critical thinking and decision-making, leadership and managing customer, vendor, staff, and others. So it's better to use your old staff who has been with you for some time and using the advanced data analysis to understanding the business, so be able to manage better. So the only best way is to upskill your current people. Okay, of course there are hurdles to do that. The picture that shows actually our trainer doing the assessment via the tablet. Okay. And next we have here is reskilling and upskilling. Some problems faced by organizations are as follows. What skills are needed? Companies might not recognize skill gaps in their workforce. A diagnostic can show which skills will be necessary for the future. So you notice that what I'm talking here is also very applicable for the HR department, the HR, the managers, directors, which skills to be developed. An empirical approach to compare the supply of each skill and the needs of the organization's new needs. And this is applied in, I think, extracted from my article in the HRDF magazine. Whether it's an upskill matter, some employees may not want or are not suitable for coordination or supervisory duties with a higher responsibility. Which employees should first be reskilled? Some skills require a longer time to learn and some require hands-on automation, not yet put into commercial production. Or can we use VR or simulators? That's what we do. All right, we introduce that. How to build strategic interdepartmental or outsourced partnerships. Trainees should be assigned to final user destination departments, the destination departments, simulated environment, or projects that allow practical skills while they learn. How to strategically close the gaps. Organizations should prepare employees for change by explaining the reskilling agenda and each employee's future role and the reskilling options. How to coordinate and blend the various providers, where a range of skills are required and you need to coordinate multiple providers and blended learning resources, like example, in-person training, like our Green Lifting Advisor, you need in-person training. Okay, there are certain sections which can be digital, which can run on LMS, e-learning, online platforms. You have to link with universities, technical organizations. So these are things that, as a leader, you have to open for this so that you can reskill your people or upskill your people correctly. Many organizations use IR 4.0 has achieved agile solutions and positive results. For what? So as to be suitable and needed by the buyers. What do they gain? Enhanced bottom line growth, positive performance on KPI, employee satisfaction, and increased customer switch over. Many companies are learning now about reskilling at scale. New partnerships has become the basis for more agile approaches to talent development and selection in the future. On the other hand, many staff waiting for the old norm to return are seeing their job skills becoming less valuable or replaced. I would suggest that all parties have a role to play here. Number one, leaders first should not do lip service engagement, lip service only, but foster an organization's culture of lifelong learning for lifelong employability to ensure reskilling programs succeed. Trainers must do proper upskilling training with the right upgrading customized modules for rank and file employees. Employers need to upskill and learn how to handle this new duty by facilitating a group of long-serving employees to relearn and manage a new generation of young employees. Finally, the employees themselves need to relearn to stay relevant to ensure lifelong employment. The unprecedented constraints and imperatives from this COVID-19 crisis has rapidly and easily converted the manner of production of goods and services using OS. Many innovate new capabilities for remote operation overnight. Complete digital transformations in weeks, not months and years as in the past. I used to do some conversion process. It takes 6 months. We are told 6 months, 3 months, that kind of thing. Many launched new marketing methods, products, and packaging in a matter of days. The COVID-19 crisis is a period of substantial and speedy business rebuilding and innovation to suit the needs, the demands of the buyers and the sellers. The following are some of the innovation steps that ISO group walk the talk for our own operations and our clients' operations. In February, even before the MCO was announced, our meeting room and training rooms has become war rooms. During MCO, all our staff house sitting room or bedrooms became an office. The hotel where we used to rent when we do not have sufficient training rooms, on our request, has converted their soundproof hotel room to become webinar in-person training rooms. We contribute articles in various publications like HRD, Training Effectiveness Evaluation Newsletter, Moxie Newsletter, Malaysia Oil and Gas Services Council Newsletter, and so forth. We also wrote the first edition of our RRT leadership topic today in our Facebook, even before the MCO was implemented. Such proactive steps help to direct inquiries traffic to us. Okay, we use so that we can be of better service to the public. We use a special tool to e-blast relevant special full or partly sponsored training schemes to 30,000 employers and existing clients, which need to show them that we need to show them that we're still alive and kicking. Okay, many other innovative steps are also implemented by many other industries. Find your own innovation. Write to me, and God willing, I and my team of full-time staff will try to help. So you can see here, over here, 10 days, hospital is built. Nothing is impossible. You change it, challenge it, okay? The requirement or need to self-isolate has driven greater demand for high-end food kits. The elderly who previously did not leverage technology are now forced to use online purchases. New retail categories that has traditionally required a high-touch experience because of either the customer base or the category itself are migrating online. Tesco, one of the pioneers, and also our client, and now many others are conducting online sales. In the UK, Mindful Chef saw over 400% increase in sales during the first weeks of the crisis. I'm giving you some of these examples, not only from ISO side, but from outsiders, and which are related to what we are talking about here. Of course, there are much more things that are being done. Okay, just to tell you that it is possible. Just open up your mind. Okay. That's Alex, my trainer. He was in Petronas Chemical, doing for one Swift Logistics customer, and delivers services or explain new ways, ranging from basic video conferencing using Skype, Zoom, Live Size, Microsoft TeamViewer, etc. This trend will spread to the marketing, legal, banking, architect, construction, banking. I think I let Puan Fozia explain further. Picture below shows our participants doing their risk tackle operations training. Angkat 40-footer container stacking, and we do the assessment, okay, online. Our trainer assessor using the IoT can see participants' operational accuracy. You can't stack it, isn't it? It can drop off. By the participants' eyes, really the camera. Demands and requirements for social distancing from liners and patients have brought online medical consultations as against in-person services. The medical profession has shifted to video consultations and telemedicine by demand from both sides, because the frontliners also are concerned. This service industry builds a robust digital capability overnight, throws away all assumptions requiring long conversion period. No more. Okay? And ISO conduct online service staff interview, conduct operational competency assessment at JB from Shah Alam office during the MCO. Okay, we send down the computer, the camera. HR recruiters develop methods to source, tap, and interview talent from the global talent pool using the technology to speed the application process and even out the labor imbalances. Okay, surplus and shortage. Woolworths Australia, which need to hire thousands from its surging corporate grocery business, offered through a streamlined application process to 20,000 Qantas employees who have temporarily been displaced. Talent becomes more mobile and more virtual to partly set off the current retrenchment and displacement of workers. Case studies. ISO Group conduct online staff interview. FMCG supplier, okay, known to us, could not cope up with the high volume and needed 14 forklift operators during the peak period. ISO Group looked from our own network of contract suppliers and found only 13 retrenched general workers. Quickly trained them using our blended training using IoT and only certified 7 packs. Certified pass can drive the forklift and was second out to the company. The company was relieved, even though we supplied only 50% of their needs. On another occasion, we had to use the same method to give refresher training because their safety policy do not, that is MNC, do not allow their forklift operators to operate the forklift because their licenses already expired. ISO Group since last year continuously engages consultants in US and various parts of the world. ISO uses, since few years ago, screen shares and videos to observe the way people drive their car and their lorries, or using video aimed not at the participant's face, but at the behaviors and the activities. You can see that those are the pictures. Telemetric are also useful for conducting accident investigation. Right? ISO found it good for competency assessment without assessor presence. Stress-free, okay, for the person being assessed. Ongoing real-time and recorded checking of behaviors and performance. Accidents, investigations of root cause, economical vis-a-vis the accident cost. Okay, we worked that with one of our cigarette manufacturing company. The same system has been possibly adapted in e-learning for primary up to university education as well as vocational training, like what we have done. Collaboration platforms has emerged in talent development and evaluation, such as competency trainers and assessors. A platform for training healthcare professionals was deployed in the earlier few months of COVID, and more than 50,000 US healthcare professionals were recruited. The VR enhanced competency training and development on virtual environment and personal condition. Okay, virtual environmental driving with selection of country roads, town driving, raining, night driving, up to scissors lift in the warehouse, underground in the MRT2 project are all now made possible. These all was developed and used for the past few years. Simulated fatigue, intoxicated condition changes behavior. Okay, different types of vehicles, cars, vans, four-wheel drive, articulated lorries. By a click of button, and they can actually have a virtual environment that they work. Bottom right picture shows the boom lift underground at the MRT2, okay, under construction. All demerit markings computed. The other rasuah settled on the table, cannot, to confirm and certify the competency. Hybrid using radio communication for assessors and our different motorbikes also being used. Okay, with fewer people working on site, our customers, owners of machines, are restudying data that was generated but previously deemed to be of limited value. The study analyzes and can use the data for functions such as predictive maintenance, because we are also a inspection training company and so inspection third-party inspector company. So monitor and inspect tower cranes and other construction and production machinery, which are too high to reach. This method, like the inspection of miles of oil and gas pipes, a task previously handled on-site by workers cannot happen because not enough people. So people use drone. We were in the factory last week, and they were using drone to supervise. In addition, providers are emerging who can combine the data from multiple companies to benchmark and actually provide industry level insights. Unilever also had a lot of things. They can see when the goods are raw materials are arriving. They cannot wait until the last minute and found that the people are not available, the goods are not coming, the money is going to be paid to the workers. Okay, so they need to actually have that. iCargo, my good friend Mr. Richard Cobb, he started iCargo. He was the founder there. The next generation cargo management system, fully integrated end-to-end electronic processing platform for air cargo management and many other things. All right, you can go to his website, okay, and you can see whatever has been done. You don't have to eat everything yourself. Sub it out to others. Your logistics, no need to have it. He can pick it up the goods for you. ISO Group uses task management through tools such as Jira and Microsoft 365 Planner. Many other software like cloud-based tools for communicating, creating, and sharing content. That's what we do at our side. And with that, we can shift all our cost center staff to profit centers. How nice. While the IoT is enabling service and maintenance organizations to cut costs in delivering a better customer experiences, improvements in technology are now allowing innovative companies to utilize the connectivity to build new revenue streams and even new businesses. At ISO, all this connectivity allow theory and practical test results. Once done in Johor Bahru, overseas, but in our office, in Shah Alam, it's already available. Okay, certificates, cards can be printed for the clients, feedback to HRDF sent, all that concurrently. Practical tests respecting social distancing. Respect to our IT guys. Okay, quick retest allowed. Randomly sorted theory questions. Prevent copying amongst trainees who sit side by side, even though it's a meter away. IoT drives business value that enables project for business with speed to the buyers. The capabilities described in today's talk emerged from a time of great need as businesses found disruptive new ways to help protect lives and livelihoods. However, once an assumption has been challenged, it is unlikely to reassert itself even after the original crisis passes. Okay, employees won't settle for traditional office life once they have seen that they can work wherever and whenever works for them. Companies will continue to seek the best talent, regardless of where they are located. Retailers can continue to find new ways to humanize the digital customer experience. The challenges of today's leader is best summarized in this picture. Challenges for the future leader 2030 by Jacob Morgan. They have I think 30,000 followers. But however, I like to bring it fast forward to now. Actions is needed now. Okay, is your business ready for the current and emerging continuous changing challenge? I like to add, unless you control a big market share of 20-30% of the industry that you are in, do not use the COVID-19 as a lame excuse for your dilemma. Whoever says leadership is easy, may I quote from Arnold Glasgow, a Scottish entrepreneur and philanthropist, a good leader takes more than their fair share of the blame and gives more than their fair share of the credit. I hope this short talk has helped you to open your mind to rethink along the line of pivoting your business, like what I have done for the ISO Group. Okay, those of you who need further talks, more focus on functional departments for the C-suite or for your organization, for production, you can type it below here and we find time afterwards to try and answer you. If not, the next webinar, we will be able to focus on those departmental topics. And for those of you who want to make your company more outstanding amongst in your industry, I would say make it sexy. Let clients, new employees notice that you are very special. You have something different. Okay. If you require more industry-focused talks like this, please comment at the box below, or you can also take it off in the feedback form so that we can have the next talk if we do have, or during the question and answer, I can give more focus towards that. You may ask further questions now or at the end of the webinar after the end of the speech by Puan Fozia. And may I remind you, please appreciate if you can just fill up the feedback form before you exit the webinar. And in the process, may I suggest you to also mark accordingly if you're interested in receiving a set of the 20 by 60 this poster. It's a forklift safety operations poster which will be sent to you totally free of charge, no cost at all. I'll now pass you back over the webinar over to Mr. Ambrose, AVP of Alliance Bank, to conduct the Q&A or introduce the next speaker. Okay.
All right.
There are 5 hours of training over there, and that's it. Mr. Ambrose, back to you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Colonel Frank Tan, for the powerful presentation. Yeah. So I'm sure the participants today, they managed to get a lot of good insights. As you shared, actually you covered quite a fair bit of areas. Like the ones that were notably on IoT and digitalization, where basically production is on human capital. All right, and also as well on multi-scaling, upscaling, right, which is now becoming the norm now, basically, as we need to innovate and basically to keep up current, right? And also you mentioned something about strategic partnerships, where the next session by Puan Fozia will be sharing we'll be touching on this area, okay, very shortly. So basically I can see that, that as you mentioned, upskilling is becoming more and more important, as well as basically building an ecosystem partnership, right? So I would basically we will move on to the next session, okay, by Puan Fozia from Alliance Bank, basically to share about how SMEs basically can transform digitally and succeed. Okay, so over to you, Puan. All right, for the next session.
Thank you, Ambrose.
All right.
And thank you, Colonel, as well. Colonel has given us a lot of good advice on what we should be doing and what we should be doing really quick in times like this. Personally, Colonel, I'm inspired by your advice and also by the speed and proactiveness that you yourself have gone through during this period. There's also a couple of things which I thought was very good in your presentation, and I'd like to pick out a few, right? When you made the statement, within danger, there's opportunities. And that is so true, because there's always opportunities. It's just how hard you look for it and how determined you are to reach out to these opportunities. You also talked about your 6 R's, of which I believe I will share 4 of the 6 R's. I would look at return, reimagining, reform, and rebuilding. So let me go through my slides. Now, first and foremost, I mean, as a bank, I'm sharing with you the financing available today for you and your business. I mean, these are the financing out there in the market, which was also announced by the government. The one at the top is the latest, the Penjana SME financing. My advice to you is leave us your details. We will come back to you. Reach out to us. We'll come back to you, and we will advise you on which is appropriate and how do you proceed further. Okay. Now, in my slides specifically, I want to talk to you about how do we address the situation today. I want to talk about going digital, but also I want to tell you that going digital is not just about revamping your site and showing products online, but it's more than that. It's about how you reach out to your customers, how your customers are able to reach out to you. How do you address the journey of the customers itself? What is your mindset when you're doing such a transformation? And how do you ensure that you meet what is required? So these are some of the areas which I want to share with you. And I also want to tell you specifically that Alliance Bank is here to help you. Just a note at the start of the presentation, we ourselves have done a lot of enhancements on our digital platform to serve you better. Now, particularly, what I'm going to present is something that we have only recently done early of this year in light of COVID, and specifically with SMEs in mind, and how do we help our SMEs move forward in times like this. So firstly, I talked about reaching out to new customers and also getting you onto a platform where you feel that you are in a community. Now, this platform is called the BizSmart Solution. You can go into the site that says BizSmart Solution at .alliancebank.com.my. Now, essentially, this is a community where SMEs gather. Now, what's the purpose? Number one, the purpose of it is so that you can reach out to customers within this community. This is a B2B platform, by the way. So you can reach out to customers within the community if you want to sell your products and services, or if you want to get the products and services of the other partners for yourself. And please note that whatever that's in this platform are discounts which are specifically negotiated just for you. So for instance, if you want to get you want to get training, you want to get a HR system, you want to get any other products and services which you need, you want to go digital. These are, there are providers within the platform for you to tap on where you can get access to. Also, when I say reaching out to new customers, just on our base itself, you would have access to over 75,000 SME customers, over 1 million consumers, and we can also get you access to partners on the social media platform. Okay. Now, what is a BizSmart solution? In a bit, I will share with you the BizSmart solution platform, but before that, I just want to give you an overall view. What it does to you as a business owner when you register yourself to be on the platform is, I mentioned you get access to new customers, to products and services. You also get their products at a discount. You get to be in a community and you help each other grow. I think you've already heard this terminology, kita jaga kita. Now, we only have ourselves to help. So we are building this community for you to help others and for others to help you as well. We also will be able to help you manage your operational costs. We will also be able to help you address your employee needs and give them benefits of training, upscaling, rescaling, and also their own financial benefits and how do they take care of themselves during this period. Now, also you get access to view the latest market reports and training modules, which could be beneficial both to you as a business owner as well as your employees. So let me share with you the BizSmart solution site. Okay, so I hope you can see the site here. So this is the site that's called the BizSmart solution. And there are several key areas here. If you look under partner solution, I'll give you the view of the partners who are already on our platform. So these are the partners who are already on our platform. And if you go to any one of them, you would be able to access the discounts that we have negotiated on your behalf. Okay, and which also means that you are able to share your products to these partners as well, so that you get access to their base as well as them as your consumers. If you go into bank with us, you will be able to get benefits of some of the services that we have designed for you specifically to address your current situation. Now that's Alliance at Work, Cash to Home. These are employee propositions, both for local as well as foreign employees. We've got a solution called Halal in One, which I will explain later in my slides, as well as the SME loan. So I will go through some of these propositions that we have later in my slides. So let me go back to my presentation first. Okay, just to give you a view, some of the partners who are already with us or have been with us, you probably have heard the name SQL, CTOS, NinjaVan. I think they have significantly benefited from being a partner with us. Both ways, yes. We have also benefited because with them, we have managed to create this community. So they have helped our customers. They have also been able to access our customer base as well as access a new customer base via webinars like this. So please do join us in the community. You would see the benefits of being part of the team. I also talked about growing your business into other areas. Now, this is the part where Colonel talked about what mindset do you have, open your mind, what tool set do you have and the skill set do you have. So on this area, I want to share with you the opportunity of getting a halal certificate for your business. Now, if you are in a business where halal certification is important, now this will allow you to access to new customer base within Malaysia as well as outside Malaysia. So what the bank can do for you is we will help you look at the gaps that you have today towards achieving a halal certification. We would advise you on what needs to be done. We work with Halal Development Corporation to give you a view on what needs to be done and how to address this gap. We also look at financing needs for you if there's a requirement, and we look at distribution channel for you into this new market segment. If you remember earlier, I did say that going digital is not just about revamping your site, not just about having an online platform that you can get customers access to. No, it is the entire cycle of it, is the ecosystem of it. So for instance, for this halal ecosystem, once you get your certification and you're able to sell to a new customer base, what we can help you do is via our partners, we would be able to place your goods and services into a mart, which is called AdMart, which actually houses all the halal goods in the mart itself. And additionally, they also do export to the overseas market, particularly Australia and Japan. There's also this Halal to Go, which does halal logistics or halal delivery, which gives you the opportunity to convince your customers that you have got a platform which is end-to-end halal. You've got a halal certification, you put your products in a halal mart, and you're also using the halal logistics. So that transformation would be different because you would be able to access to a base that you may not have been able to reach out to today. So in the platform itself, if you've seen the partners that we shared earlier, I mean, these are some of the digital solution partners that we have. And as I've mentioned, we have negotiated for discounts for you. Now, for instance, some of these partners would give you a digital audit, a free digital audit service to help you look at the gaps that you have today and what you need to do to get into a digital platform. It also gives you a view of what are the marketing and e-commerce solutions that you need. So all these would give you an edge on how do you get yourself up there and where do you need to go. Now, going digital alone is not enough. We've also tied up with e-commerce partners. Now, this also would help you reach out to a lot more base. I shared with you earlier the SME base and the consumer base within Alliance Bank itself. But over and above that, you want to reach out to new customers. These are the opportunities for you to reach out to new customers, Pibli, Astro eBazaar, Shopee, and our shop. So we will help you list on this platform. There would be priority listing for you. You do not have to wait and you would not have to pay anything. So we would help you get access to even this customer base itself. Now, the next one talks about how we can help you manage your operational costs as well as your operations. So what we do is, number one, I did talk about the products and services that you can access, which gives you discounts. So these are some of the services that you can access. But over and above that, our digital platform also allows you to manage your operational costs better. Now, for instance, we have got a system which is called the BizSmart system, and that is a mobile cash management system. So what it does is on the go, wherever you are, you would be able to make payments for your employees, say payroll payments, or to your suppliers. When you're making payments and suppliers, you're also able to do bulk uploading of information. So all the payments could be done at your fingertip, wherever you are. That's one. Secondly, onboarding your local employees, where all your employees do not even have to walk to a bank branch anymore. We come to you, we use a digital app, we open accounts for all your employees. And similarly, even for your foreign workers. Now, during this MCO, I just want to share with you that the foreign workers who have opened work account with us were really happy and thankful to us. They actually wrote to us and they called us to tell us that they were happy with the service provided. Now we have got an app which is called a Cash to Home app. So once payroll goes into the account, the employees are able to do remittance 24/7 wherever they are. And this actually allowed them to send money back to their home as they were not able to walk to another outlet to do money remittance. So these are some of the areas that we can help you in terms of your operational costs and your resources. Also in terms of time spent by your HR team, rather than looking at the payroll of the employees, calculating wages, which are monthly or weekly wages or daily or hourly wages, mean, the system that we have today would help you address all this. So time spent by your HR or the person who's looking at your employees could be better spent in looking out probably for resources which make sense for you, or training and rescaling your employees so that they go up to a level where you can be self-sufficient and move forward into a different ball game. So not forgetting your employees. Employees are important as well. So by going onto the BizSmart Solution platform, you also get access to some of the other benefits that your employees can enjoy. Free training courses. We allow your employees to register for some of these courses. So it means really scaling and reskilling your employees. Some of the banking or financial products and services benefit, how they can get additional interest on your savings account, and financing at a better rate than the market rate. We also have tied up with some of these partners, which gives you or gives your employees a lifestyle advantage, where they can actually travel via Firefly at a discount, or they can also get their smartphones at a much cheaper rate with mobile plans in place. So just to give you a summary of the solution that we provide on the BizSmart Solution platform, one is to get access to new customers. The other one is to ensure that you get your own products and services at a discount, and it allows you to grow. We've got someone advising you on how to go digital and where else can you get your customers. We list you on platforms which are not just with Alliance Bank, but also a bigger platform in the market. We help you get better interest for your savings and your current account. We ensure that the way you manage your employees and resources are more on a digital platform rather than manual. You have got automated payroll, and you also are able to make your payments on the go. So I would like to invite you, if you're listening to this today, to a free digital training platform for you. If you can register yourselves, if you want to learn about digital marketing, marketing analysis. Also, Colonel talked earlier as well about the defensive driving training program. So please do register yourselves, get in touch with us. We've got the numbers here. You can call the numbers here and go into the sites. You'll be able to see what we have and to access what we can offer you. So the point is, in summary, also similar to what Colonel has said earlier, we want to be able to help you to move forward in this market environment. We don't want to see you just standing and waiting there to see what happens. We can't wait anymore. You need to jump into this platform already. You need to look how to move your business end to end so that you know what you want, you know what you can get, and you know what are the opportunities out there. Come and join this community. The community will help you. You can help the community, and we can all move forward as a stronger SME base in Malaysia. So thank you. Once again, these are the sites if you want to reach out to it, and our numbers. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Puan Fozia, for the insightful presentation. Yeah, especially on the collaboration opportunity, for the SMEs, the listeners here. We are basically sharing on a collaboration opportunity where we can actually feature and promote your businesses actually on this platform. Okay, so thanks to both the speakers, for the presentation, and we would like to move on to the Q&A session today. Okay, so actually I picked up some questions right from the ground. Okay, this is a question by Cik Ara. Any grants provided by the government to upskill my employees? So presumably, probably Cik Ara is a business owner, right? So I think this question I should direct it to Colonel Frank, right? She's actually asking particularly on any grants, right, currently offered by the government. Yeah.
Before I say that, I think Puan Fozia has got a lot of benefits to share, and I'm quite sure the customers will like it very much. So on this, our training grants, we are still waiting for the official approval from the PERCESO as well as HRDF. to approve these grants to be given for courses which are approved by them. But actually, we were approved under this program, similar program earlier. It's called the Industry Certification Program. And now we're waiting for the refreshed approval to come in. And then by which time we will be offering it. And Ciara Para itu, we will get in touch with you later and then let you know the benefits. If you can let us know what kind of industry you are in, then we'll put you to the right training provider who can actually provide those courses relevant for your organization. Because once you highlight, then I'll know probably what kind of training you require. For example, if you're in manufacturing and if you do have a forklift, and then your group of forklift operators, then we can offer you this forklift operation training. Okay, and if you are wanting to upgrade them, that you need a rich truck, then will be covered inside that course. So if we do not provide any of those courses which are needed by you, then what you can do is we will have the approval list from the HRDF. Then I can put you to those other training providers who has those scheme, and you can from there move towards contacting them, and I'm quite sure they will be more than glad to help to give you those kind of details for you to apply. Okay, have I answered your question? Hopefully.
Okay, thanks, Colonel. So to check, Ara, probably you can drop us an email, just to give us a bit more details on what industry you're in, and basically we can get Colonel Frank, and his team to advise you, on the grants. So maybe just to get a bit more details. Okay, and then moving on to the second question, right? So this is a question from Robert. What are the upskilling courses, right, for IT graduates, lah? And also he also asked, right, are there any training grants available for unemployed graduates under HRDF? Yeah, so there's two questions posted by the same person.
Dato, that is a Dato. That Dato Noel.
Dato Robert Noel, yes.
Yes. Okay, Dato, thank you for attending this webinar. Your busy schedule also you can make it. We are very glad. Dato, there will be training grants available for IT graduates. It only depends on which industry are they going into. If they are IT graduates, maybe crane lifting planner, but they have to go through 2-3 stages, and once they've gone to that stage, then they can become a crane lifting planner, which will need a lot of other than the construction field, they also need a lot of the what they call the IT perspective to draw out a 3-dimension lifting plan and have a proper lifting, so that and method statement, so that they will be able to avoid all those crane tip over, like one happened maybe about a week ago in one factory in Kuchai Lama. So all these uncalled for accidents. So in the process of getting people to be trained, let them come in with the responsibility that they are going to put into good use what they have learned. That will be actually useful to ease out the big gap of the surplus and the shortage between the various industries. So no problem, there will be such a scheme. It is just going to come out anytime only. All right, so it will be funded either by Perkeso or SOCSO, or it will be funded by the HRDF, or also known as PSMB.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Colonel. All right, and we have one more question. So this person is probably coming from a logistics industry. Okay, she wants to clarify what other ways of doing digitalization in the logistics industry. Because Colonel, I think you shared something about the VR, right? Basically on tracking the drivers and all those things. So is there any other ways of doing the digitalization?
I actually got a lot of slides which I actually hit it because they are of the time constraint. So in fact, I think I just went up to 55 minutes, so I didn't cover that. But I have a slide, especially for the logistics industry. I just pull up one or two only. There are a lot of things about logistics, and they are really, those who are very good, they are actually very advanced. I have to trace the slide. I will give you in a short while. Okay, but there are definitely a lot, and if there's a big interest in that, we will organize a separate webinar just for logistics industry, because it's a very wide subject, and because it covers air, land, and sea. And with the logistics background, I should be able to share a lot more along that line. A lot to talk over there. So if the inquiry, what is the name? I can't remember the name. Okay, it's actually we know where your stage is. We will be able to guide you as to which kind of IT conversion process to speed up and make your business attractive, so that people would like to use your services. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Colonel. All right. So we'll be moving on to the questions for the BSmart Solution Portal. All right. We have a question from Mr. Michael Boo, right? Okay. So this question will be addressed to Puan Fozia. What is the minimum criteria and required details for joining the portal? And he also would like to know, is there any fees on the listing, to become a partner?
Okay, thank you for the question. There is no minimum criteria for you to join the portal, whether you're an SME, micro, or even a commercial business. The only thing is you have to be our customer. So when I say you have to be our customer means that you have to have an account with us, a business current account with us. So just open up a business current account. You're our customer. You can access everything. There is no fees, no charges. Even as we list you, whether in the portal or we list you elsewhere, we help list you elsewhere, there is no fees and charges. But other than that, if you do want additional services, like for instance, you want to enhance your link or your site into a very much more sophisticated digital platform, then you can get the quotations from our partners themselves.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Puan, for the explanation. All right. And also there's a question from one of our participants as well. So he's asking, what are the main benefits actually of the BSmart Solution Portal?
Okay. Thank you again for the question. What I shared earlier in my slides there were 4 key areas. Number 1 is you get to have access to more customers. If you are a you see, actually, I didn't share the entire slides again, like Colonel. I also had a lot more to talk about, but I thought I will focus on a B2B platform for this presentation. If you are a B2C business, there is another platform that is called Support Local. Now, it does similar to what the B2B platform does. So for the B2B platform, what it does, it gives you access to more customers. It gives you access to the customers within the community itself. That means they can see you, you can see them. That's what you want, right? To be seen, to be heard. So they can see you, you can see them. In addition to that, we also ensure that we have events like webinars, or we have other events where we profile you to the base as well. So you get access to this base. You also get access to the Support Local base. So both are interlinked, so you can have access to those new customer base. Now, secondly, we help you manage your operational cost as well, because we help you digitalize some of your daily routine HR scope of work, or your payments, or your cash management system. So when we help you digitalize, meaning you don't have to have as many hours spent on getting those areas done up. And that's one of it. We help you to ensure that your employees are still with you, the employees that you want to train and rescale, the employees that you want to allow for them to spend more time on something that makes sense to you in today's market, and not spend too much time on the other areas. Also, we give benefits to your employees when they are our payroll customer. We give them benefits on better interest on their savings, on lower financing rates for their loans. Now, these are the other beneficial products that we share with them. Also, like for instance, if they want to withdraw money, we say, okay, we absorb the ATM, the fee waiver charge when they go to the ATMs. So these are the small benefits which I've not listed everything out, but for every product there would be a benefit for the payroll employees. And I think finally was transforming your business. That's by ensuring that you have enough access to training on going digital. You have enough access on how do you go on the e-commerce platform. You have enough reach out to people who can help you get there as well. And like I said, everything was negotiated as in pricing wise for you. I hope that answers your question.
All right, thank you, Puan. So, okay, there's one more question from Michael Boo. What is the criteria for SMEs or micro SMEs business to onboard and procedures? So, I think for this, probably Michael, you could have a chat after this, and I can basically give you a better understanding of the portal, and maybe after that we can move on to the onboarding and the procedures because it's relatively simple. And mainly, actually, the part of the process is opening up a simple business current account with us. So probably we can, have a chat after this, yeah, Michael, about the Bismarck portal. Okay, and Puan, there's one more question actually from Muhammad Sharif. Can a fully owned foreign company get any assistance from our portal? So I think this is for this 100% owned foreign companies, lah. He's asking, yeah. So he needs a view.
Yes, thank you, Ambrose. Can I advise the person who asked the question to please contact us directly? The answer is yes, but it's just that we need to have a bit more information so that we can give you an accurate response.
Okay. Yeah, probably Muhammad Sharif, we could discuss after this, after this session. Yeah, and we can assist you lah, on your request. All right. So I think that's all for the audience. Yeah, we have addressed all the questions. So I would like to thank the speakers for today, Colonel Frank Tan and also Puan Fozia for the presentation. And basically, we hope to organize more webinars in the future. All right, something that is relevant for the SMEs, and we hope that the audience have benefited something from this session. So thank you so much, and I'll be closing off the session.
Okay, thank you to
all right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you,
thanks, Colonel.
my friends who are there, Mr. Gavaskar. Thank you for attending also. I noticed Christine is there as well. Yeah, you're having a factory. Who else is there? All right, quite a number. All right, good.
Yeah, and also please fill out the feedback form. King Fu has posted the URL, so we really appreciate your feedback, and we can try to improve for the future webinar sessions, lah. All right, so thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for participating. Thank you to Alliance Bank for organizing this event, and we are very glad to be part of it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Colonel. Bye.
Thanks,
Have
Colonel.
a nice day.
You too. Have a nice day. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, bye.